Hi, it's Bernadette. Thanks for joining me for my monthly favorites for January 2019. My first monthly favorite is my most favorite thing that happened in the month of January. It happened December 31st, but it was partially in January. My daughter couldn't come and visit for Christmas, and I understood why she couldn't come because she was very busy with school and work. So I just thought I wasn't going to see her at all. Then I come home from work on December 31st, and I opened the door and said hello, and I heard something that wasn't my boyfriend's voice at the same time as he said hello back. And I thought it was the TV, and I said, "Is somebody here?" And I heard my daughter. It was her. My boyfriend had secretly flown her here, and while I was at work, he picked her up, and they spent the whole day together. And then I got to spend 2 whole days with my daughter, Hannah, and we went thrift store shopping, and we went to a pottery place and painted pottery and stuff, and had a great time together. And that was the best, coolest thing he could have done. I was so surprised, and it was awesome. So that was my #1 January monthly favorites, is January 1st and 2nd. Gotta hang out with my daughter because my boyfriend is awesome. I should have prefaced this by saying I've got 6 favorites, and none of them are beauty products. And some of them are just appreciating things that I already have, because right now my channel is about my no-buy year. I know it always looks like I'm wearing just a black t-shirt. It looks like I'm wearing the same thing in most of my videos. My first videos I was working more, so I was wearing my work clothes when I was filming, and then since then, on days that I have not been working, I've just been wearing my favorite t-shirts, which are all from Fright Rags. And I was gonna do a whole dedicated video about Fright Rags t-shirts, and I thought that I would maybe feature them all in my videos and show you my shirts I was wearing, but then I thought I shouldn't do that because all of their shirts, they are only for a certain time, and then they don't have them anymore. Once in a while they'll resurrect one from the graveyard to bring back an older shirt, but most of them, once they're gone, they're gone. So today, for instance, I'm wearing my Reanimator shirt. It's just awesome. I love Fright Rags, and they're part of my no-buy year, is I'm not shopping there, which is really hard. And when I talk about my no-buy year for my rest of my things, like my clothing no-buy, I'll tell you about what I would buy for myself, what would be permissible. But to buy for my daughter, if they resurrect the Let the Right One In hoodie, that's what I really want. I want them to resurrect the Let the Right One In hoodie so I can get it for Hannah and send it to Canada, because I bought that for her several years ago from them, and she wore it to death. Like, it was one of those shirts, it was literally all just hanging off of her in rips. The sleeves were destroyed, and that hoodie was well loved. That brings me into this. For work, yeah, I would wear Tommy Hilfiger and stuff. If at home, it's this. But my boyfriend got me this sweater for Christmas. It's a Tommy Hilfiger sweater. I had tried it on for him when we were shopping in Florida, and he had me try it on, and it's something that I would never have picked for myself. And I tried it on, and I liked it and everything, and he bought it and gave it to me for Christmas. But I love this sweater. I want to wear it every day. It's so cozy, and it goes with just about everything. I could wear it everywhere, to work, to family things, to just around the house. It's just a perfect all-occasion thing. So that is something that is one of my favorites for this month, is that Tommy Hilfiger sweater. The next thing is my ear. This ear has always like drained fluid out of it, like when I was sleeping and stuff. And I had mentioned this to a homeopath that I saw in Germany. I know that a lot of Americans don't believe in homeopathy. They think it's quackery, and especially a lot of American doctors. But I will tell you that in Europe, it works on cows. So there's gotta be some truth to it if it works on animals. A lot of people think it's just a placebo effect, but cows don't know. cows don't think, oh, they're giving this to me, it's gonna make me better. I was in Germany, I saw a homeopath, and I told him about this ear draining thing. And he told me, that's just all your bad feelings coming out. And if you really want it to stop, you just need to change the way you look at the world. Well, either he was wrong or I never changed the way I looked at the world, because my ear is still doing that. When I was flying back from Orlando, this ear, when we were landing, normally your ears pop and stuff, but this was excruciating. I was almost crying, and the pain went all the way down my chin and down my neck, and it just hurt this whole area. I went to the doctor. The fluid drains through this tube that goes down to your neck, and that something must be causing that not to drain on this side. She told me to take a few drops of eucalyptus every day and put in the shower, which I am really enjoying this. I don't really care for the smell of eucalyptus, but putting it in there when I have a shower in the morning, I feel just like it clears everything up, not just my ear. And I feel more clear-headed too when I do that. I'm really enjoying doing that eucalyptus. And then this Deep Blue Rub by doTERRA. She has me take just a tiny bit and run it down everywhere where it hurt, down through my jaw and down my neck here. It actually has stopped the fluid from coming out of my ear at night. I have not flown yet, and when I do fly again, I'll fly again in March and in April, and I will update you on how the flight went using this, and if it actually helped my ear and the pain with the landing. Oh, that is another favorite for sure for this month. And then the show The Blacklist on Netflix, The Blacklist with James Spader. My favorite thing, it's not necessarily just that show, but watching that show with my boyfriend after he's done work, after we've had dinner, cuddling up on the couch and watching a show that we both enjoy. And that's the show, and I'm getting a lot of happiness from that. So that's a monthly favorite. And my last monthly favorite, it's not going to be disturbing to most Americans, but to people who aren't American, this will disturb you. I needed a prescription this month. I actually needed this prescription in November, and I'd been fighting it since, but I finally got my way this month. This prescription costs $3,041.69 for a 20-day supply. I probably need to take 3 rounds of this drug. So that's over $9,000 for 3 rounds. I had been on two other prescriptions at the same time, and the criteria for the insurance to get on this prescription, this very expensive one, is you have to be on 2 of these types of drugs at the same time and have them not working, and then you can be on this drug. That was the truthful case. And my doctor wrote a letter to the insurance to challenge them to try to get this authorized, and they rejected it. And she did it a second time, and they rejected it a second time. So I called my insurance company and I said, I want to know exactly why this has been declined. And she said, well, I can't really tell. And I said, well, do you have the letter? And so she reads me the letter, and I said, oh, I see where the mistake is. The doctor said on this drug or this drug, when actually the case is I'm on this drug and this drug. Well, you guys have been paying for both of those drugs for me for the last 8 months. So you know that I'm taking both of those prescriptions for at least 8 months, when I've actually been taking both of those prescriptions for over a year. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna talk to my doctor and get them to change that one word and resend this letter. I said, however, if this is denied again, I immediately expect a call from your HIPAA compliance officer. This HIPAA compliance officer needs to be prepared to tell me every single name of every single person who has accessed my file in order to make this decision, and their credentials. Because your insurance company, this company, knows exactly what medications I've been taking. Not even 48 hours later, it was approved and I got my medication. And now I've changed insurances. I'm going to have to go through that again soon. So then my doctor thought that I might have better luck with a price with the online pharmacy. when it comes to the copay, because your insurance covers 80% and then you have to pay the rest. The online pharmacy, my copay would have been $1,100. And at Safeway, my copay would have been $608.34. My doctor gave me this card from the company that makes the medication, from the manufacturer. And it was expired in 2017. But I called it anyway, and I activated the card, and everything worked. I ended up paying nothing for this prescription. That is my last monthly favorite. That's my last favorite thing that happened in the month of January, is saving over $3,000 on a medication. And that type of stuff makes me feel really bad for Americans in general, for America in general. And I know that other countries are turning into this, and it really is scary, because needing a certain medication that your insurance doesn't want to cover or just doesn't cover, it can really wreck somebody's life. It really can. And it's especially when you're at that cusp between being poverty level and being middle class. When you're at this region in between, it seems that's where you're really screwed up. If you don't get offered insurance through your work, you have to pay for it out of pocket, and you don't qualify for all of these low cost or no cost insurances. You have to pay usually between $500 and $900 a month for your medical insurance, and then you have to pay your insurance copays, and you have to pay your initial out-of-pocket, which was $4,500 for my insurance. And it's so much money in the end. And when I lived in the United States before, it either wasn't this bad or I didn't see the gravity of it. But after living outside of the United States for 16 years and experiencing healthcare in 2 different countries besides the United States, and then coming back to the United States, that's, I think, is why it's so shocking to me that the pharmaceutical industry can do this. It makes me sad that it's not as government regulated as other countries. Enough of my tangent. Thanks very much for joining me. If you like this video, please like this video. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel. And if you want to get notified when I upload videos, please click that notification bell. Bye-bye.